guys. I'm going to come over here and teach you about a certain fitness training that I like to call CrossFit. CrossFit was developed as a fitness modality that would revolutionize physical fitness. CrossFit combines functional movements that are constantly varied, performed at high intensity. This type of training environment really challenges athletes to increase their overall fitness, which is our goal. The founder of CrossFit is a man by the name of Greg Glassman. He has a very famous quote, it's on CrossFit.com, that states, "Our pondering, studying, and debating about finally defining fitness has played a very formative role in defining CrossFit's successes. The keys to understanding the methods and achievements of CrossFit are perfectly embedded in our view of fitness and exercise science." Greg Glassman created a clear-cut and concise definition of what it means to be a fit human. While most of us are not very concerned with our physical health, this actually seems to be a bit of a problem across the United States, with approximately 700,000 people dying of heart disease in the past year. This takes minimal effort to change. 1 hour a day of some sort of exercise, but that's the issue that is pitched across the United States, some sort of exercise. That gives us nowhere to go. If I say I want to go on a vacation to Utah, or sorry, if I live in Utah and I say I want to go on a vacation, but just to go someplace, where am I going to go? I don't know. Nobody knows. We have no clear-cut definition of where we want to go, right? That's what CrossFit provides for every American who wants to change their life with this fitness modality. Today, I'd like to point out 2 key ways in which adopting a clear-cut fitness modality such as CrossFit will help American society, and how injury prevention is key to this modality. CrossFit LLC was founded in 2000 by Greg Glassman in Santa Cruz, California, in a garage, combining different athletic disciplines to improve overall fitness. Glassman was a personal trainer and a former gymnast who was dissatisfied with the current fitness models and was determined to change the way that the United States saw fitness, and actually the world at large. Glassman decided to cross over different fitness modalities, such as Olympic weightlifting, powerlifting, cardio, running, biking, rowing, calisthenics, and gymnastics, which I'm currently working on right now. These were crossed over to create fitness. Get it? CrossFit. Glassman used 3 different fitness models to attempt to create a clear-cut metric to measure ourselves off of to make progress. So the first model is 10 physical fitness characteristics. We're going to start with cardiorespiratory endurance. That's for all our runners out there, our bikers, our triathletes, also known, very commonly known as aerobic exercise. Next, we go into strength, speed, power, accuracy, balance, coordination, flexibility, stamina, and agility. Now, it may seem that a lot of these skills are very common with each other, and they share a lot of the same characteristics, which they do, but I'd like to point out that they all have different variants in which they produce a different athlete. Next, a model called the metabolic pathways was created to make a better understanding of the metabolic rate behind exercise science. For example, if I'm going to do a 1 rep max power lift, right? I'm going to go into 1 rep of lifting a super heavy weight. My body is going to use the muscles and recruitment patterns in a certain way. Right? That's one sort of exercise. And then I can go and run 10 miles. These are 2 different exercises which are releasing different chemicals, right? But if I combine those 2 is better than 1. 2 is better than 1. Lastly, the hopper. The hopper was an invention fashioned at the 2007 CrossFit Games in Aromas, California, which was created to pick physical skills out of a hat to see which athlete can perform the most and perform the best out of everybody, but across different areas or different skills. For example, a 1 mile run, a 5 mile run, a 1 rep max deadlift, or 100 deadlifts for time, in seeing who can perform those best. CrossFit took the fitness world by storm, not only because of the fitness modality, but because of the group workout structure and the competition that it provided to all of its participants. CrossFit brings people together with a common goal to increase overall fitness. The first action that CrossFit took in 2001 to forge a community-based effort with competition and support was the creation of CrossFit.com, which held the grounding exercise tips and sharing workouts. This created a community that was committed to helping each other as well as competing with each other to see who could perform the best and therefore improve everybody. Throughout the spread of CrossFit, the most important part of the spread was rapid expansion of CrossFit affiliate gyms. The more people that attended these gyms, the more traction that CrossFit gained throughout the fitness community. Furthermore, more people that attended these gyms also meant that the more people were involved in the CrossFit community. Lastly, CrossFit began to appeal to a very broad audience with the creation of the CrossFit Games in 2007. The CrossFit Games currently still go on today. We're going on around 17 or 18 years of grueling fitness tests where athletes from across the world come to share a community and compete against each other. Furthermore, this allowed people that were never even around CrossFit gyms to come and witness what this is really about. And finally, when the CrossFit Games was featured on ESPN, and now on ESPN still, and then even on CBS Sports, this created a vehicle for so many people across the United States to come and see what people can do for their fitness. CrossFit has also revolutionized the way that we understand mobility and how it relates to strength, to the intensity of the training modality. Injury can always be a potential effect when you're adding intensity with weight. However, a hammer can always hurt somebody. Does that mean that we're not going to use the hammer? Negative. We're going to continue to use the hammer in the right way, just like we're going to continue to use fitness for our health and our overall longevity and vitality of our human lives. So, like I said, one common complaint about CrossFit is that there's not enough injury prevention. There's not enough, it's too intense for the movements. And I would say that's true if you have a bad coach. But most gyms across the United States have to have a CrossFit Level 1 certification, which is a rigorous course, which takes a lot of responsibility to perform, and with great power comes great responsibility. Just like with the responsibility of training people in fitness, there's a lot of power in that, and power and responsibility are very intertwined. Due to the competitive nature of CrossFit, one downside of this modality, as I said before, is the injury, because a lot of people will sacrifice form for less time, or sacrifice form for a higher score. And overall, long term, that does not have good effects. The shoulder, spine, and knee are the most vulnerable areas while training in CrossFit due to the heavy load that can be placed along the spine, along the knee, or along the shoulders. CrossFit includes complex movements such as the barbell snatch or the clean and jerk, which again puts the shoulders and that spine in a possible compromised area. Next, one of the reasons why CrossFit has such an intensive process is, like I said before, to become a trainer, you need to undergo a rigorous course, which costs a great deal of money and takes a great deal of time to finish. In fact, I drove all the way to Fresno to do mine. Paid for a hotel and everything. American health has been getting worse and worse over the past 50 years. Excuse me. Without a clear-cut definition of fitness and health, it's going to be extremely difficult to overcome that issue. CrossFit provides a measurable, observable, and repeatable way of living for people. CrossFit is not just something you do once a day or once a week. CrossFit is a lifestyle. CrossFit is a way to